Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome along to a traditional 8 o'clock start for our Monday Loose Get Together. So you're all most welcome, guys. Thanks for popping by and tuning in. So let's say a few quick hellos to everyone. So hi there, Rani, welcome along, and Diana from Montreal, wintry Montreal, it sounds like at the moment. Hi, Joan, welcome. And Mary, Catherine, welcome. And Michelle from sunny in Edmonton. So that sounds the other end of the scale. So you've got sun and snow all over the place. So hi, Jenny from beautiful St. Evenage. Absolutely no snow whatsoever in St. Evenage. There's a drought of snow, but no doubt we get it a bit later in the year, so we'll see how that one goes. So welcome along. Hi there, Louise, welcome, and Vicky. And I hope you're feeling a little bit better now, Vicky. You had a little bit of the plague, I understand. I hope that's cleared up. I think I may have. No, I'm only kidding. I didn't get it at all. You were most kind. So welcome along, and I'm pleased you're safe and sound back in your hometown. Welcome along, Tosca. Great of you to join in from London, beautiful, sunny, suburban London. And Karen, Linda, Franco, welcome along from Johannesburg. What's the word? Johannesburg. Hi there, Franco. Welcome along. So, okay, guys. So, welcome everyone. Viv, Joy, Cassandra, Keza, everyone. The world is joined in. So, welcome along, guys. So, I've got a little backdrop today. I've got Loose Moose. He's about the hoose. I found him, and he's we've ironed him and dusted him off, and he's going to join us for this evening's little get together. And the backdrop this evening, I've been getting out and about. Hi there, Valerie Pickles, welcome from Mexico. I hope you're doing fine. Thank you for joining us. So I've been getting out and about, not done that for a long time, but every day I've made myself go out, whatever the weather, generally freezing cold, and paint outdoors. So this was one I did yesterday, and I was standing with Loose Moose about the house in a farmer's entrance, if you pardon the phrase. So I was painting the buildings, and out of this little area appeared some lights halfway through, and then a big Range Rover came flying out, and with all the family in, and they were as pleasant as could be. They really were fine. They said you can go into those buildings and paint what you like. So I was so cold that I went into the buildings afterwards. But anyway, this was what we saw at the forefront. So a good idea to get outdoors, even if it's just in your garden, even just open the door and paint in that way, because the fresh air, and it's quite a challenging thing to do. So anyway, a little tip there and a really good interest. So I'm going to keep that one up every day, painting outdoors. So farmyard away. So here we know what this is. This is untouched paper, cartridge paper, copy paper for a start, and underneath a little bit of watercolor paper. So this is how we start, guys. So if you're new to our little broadcast, I'll run through it. Now you can paint along, or you can paint later and watch and write in and have a little bit of a joke with us, whatever you want to do. It's a general free for all. So what we're going to do today, I've called this one a joy in a jar. Quite tricky to say. So I'll put my teeth back in and try it again. Joy in a jar. So we're going to start with Peter, the propelling pencil. So for a start, we'll do a little scamp. So let's have a look. Let's start with a little circle around about just here. Yep, a little circle. So if you know my dot dash method, my patented dot dash method, try that, because that'll give you a nice shape without too much anxiety. We don't want to bring that to the table. So we've got that on. Then I want some big shapes, roundy shapes. Notice how I hold the pencil. Not really very traditional, not like that even. I'm holding at the end and just wobbling it about a bit. It takes away the control to a fair degree, which is one of our big problems. Too controlling. We're trying to force the painting. We're trying to actually envisage it and then force the painting out. But it's better just to go with the flow. I quite often say this, easier said than done, because every little move you make, a bit like Police used to sing, every breath you take, every move you make, you will be trying for a specific outcome. So if you can get away from that, it really helps. Smaller marks, little dots in the middle, just building things up. And I'm really just placing these fairly randomly. All I'm thinking is I'll have a cluster there and a few separate ones. So it's not just one big bank and leave the rest. I'm just throwing them on fairly sporadically and randomly, letting it build up gradually. No great rush. Okay, so there is my stuff, which are going to be flowers. And then this is my little bowl. Yeah, and these are going to be my little stems and stuff inside the bowl. And then I've got my foreground racing towards me. Yeah, so just little lines, and it gets everything moving. It gets you the feel and the flow of what we're actually trying to compose. And quite a useful word, because we are trying to compose it. We're just putting little bits together to make the whole. So got that on. Let's have a little water line there. Okay, so that is my simple scamp. Yeah, I've got the feel for it. I've got the flow. Just scribble about for a start. Don't dive even into your scamp. Just get your hand moving and feel relaxed. That's a good thing. Okay, guys, so let's just chuck that over. Loose moose can hold that for a minute. So now we'll just do this again, but now we've gone through it once already, so we're on a bit of a roll. So let's have a look. I'm going to move this bit higher because this paper is actually bigger. So there's the width at the top, there's the base, maybe even a bit higher. So the first little marks you put down, you can rearrange. So just because you put a mark there, you don't have to rub it out. The little pencil marks really do give it some movement, some structure, and adds to it. So I like the pencil marks. So we've got that on. There's my little line at the top. Rough idea, because most of this is going to be covered over with flowers and bits and bobs. So just throw some on. And a few more. And a few more. Oh dear, going crazy. Absolutely, like so one tapering down there. That's quite nice. Another one just there. So there, again, very light, but rest assured they are on there. A little bit of guidance for a few centers. So the centers are really pointing in the appropriate direction, up, left, right, whichever it may be. So they're not just suddenly turning 180 and going the other way. They've got some purpose to them. A few little smaller marks just to remind me, because I get a bit carried away and crazy when I get going, which is good. Crazy is good in the art world. Really thinking. So there's my little lines. Looks quite balanced. And the little tapery bits there. That'll do. A few lines to remind me. And again, they really are more reminders than very specific things to follow. The one thing you can't do is paint in a very specific, slow, structured way. You can't really get loose that way. It doesn't work. Everything's dried. You've lost the window of opportunity. You need to get things on fairly rapidly, and then you can go back and add your detail if that's your bag. But you can't do it in a slow way. So to be a bit bonkers with it is useful. I'm sure you can be bonkers, guys. Sure you can be bonkers. So there we go. So we've got a few more guys joining us. So Dino, welcome. Paula, welcome. Gian, Donna, Barbara, Kim, everybody's here. The party has started. So the drawing is done, guys. Everything's done and ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is use this fella, the fabulous, the effervescent, the large Big Brian. He's a great fella. Make sure he's clean. So I'm just gonna plonk. I'll tell you what, let's just chuck a bit of water on. Yep. So these random bits of water now will allow the paint to flow where I didn't envisage. So it already takes away that control, which is a good thing. I'll put a bit around some of the red that I'm going to put on. Let's have a little look. Okay. Let's just, no, tell you what, let's do another bit for a start. I'm just trying to work this out with my little brain. Cad orange. Scrape. Cad orange, scrape. Cad orange, scrape. Yeah, we are scraping cad orange. So quite a blast of colour there. Sorry if that was a shock, but shock's good. Cad red. Now this is thick stuff. You need a knife to put this on. And I'm really just using the shape of the brush to get these marks on, not painting. I quit painting years ago. Now I just throw it on like a madman. So now alizarin crimson. Again, blasting this on. Again, just watch how I paint. I just put the brush down and let it go. Just let it go. Like Frozen. I was yesterday. Anyway, got this on. Pick a few little bits off. You pick it off to lighten it. And then you change your mind, you put a bit more on. So, delicate work. Right, okay, let's put a bit of this on, which is intense blue. And it's blue and it's intense. That'll do. So it's still wet, and it'll bleed a little bit, which is great, which is what I want. So now I'm going to scoot round some of this, still using Big Brian. He must be shattered. I'm going to hear you saying, well, he's going to earn his bristles today. I'm going to use gold ochre, sappy green. Just going to scrape this in between and round a few shapes. So I left myself a few little circles because I do that sort of thing. And just scraping this around. What I'm also doing is just extending some of these ideas. So just because the colours have fallen as they have, doesn't mean to say I have to stick with it. Scraping the brush, get these nice little light effects. Darkening the green. Let's get quite dramatic with this. Just chopping around shapes there. Again, a little bit over here, so it's too heavy with one tone. Little butterfly landing, very light. So intense blue again, quite heavy stuff. Negative painting just along the edge of a flower there. And it just, all I'm doing there is scraping the brush and seeing what happens. I know it'll scrape because of the way I do it. Real edge angle, if that's the right phrase. So I'm not using the tip of the brush. So I got that on. You can hear the clank as I place the brush down. So now I've just got the ladyship Miss Rigger. Now I can be a little bit more delicate now because there's a lady in the room. Again, just dragging these through the edges of bits of stuff, so these will pick up as stems. And again, and a little bit of darker stuff. So I've got all that on, and I'm just going to find some centers of these other little suggested flowers that I put on. Blob of murky yellow, nothing more. So all I'm thinking there is blobs of murky yellow. A couple of those there. And then what I shall do is just push a little bit of tone back in. To pick out a few petals. Again, you don't have to do them all, just circle around. Reshape. Even paint other ones that are sort of further back in the mist. Okay, what do we have here? I don't know, a couple at the front. Again, got that on. Bit of water, just drift those off. Little flowers appear as if by magic. Again, and cut in again with a bit of deeper tone. And now it's sort of offering possibilities, but not really until that point. If you're trying to force things early, you too many things to do, or you'll be run ragged. Throw stuff on, see where it goes, then go back in and just chip away at little bits. Ultimately, it is a style that offers you the most opportunities during your painting, but you have to see the opportunities. So by looking and really just referring back to that little skit at the beginning, you can get yourself outside. It really does hone the skills of observation, and observation is a key point. So got all that just floating around. I think we'll invite Big Brian back over to join us at top table. Bit of water. Keeping it away from the florals at the moment. I'm going to go for, call me crazy, turquoise or turquoise, however you may pronounce it. Cerulean. And what else we got? Indian red? You must be mad. Okay. We'll put some of that on as well, with a blob there. So we've got all that on. Top edge. No, forget that top edge. Let's get some little vinery bits on. Dragging that through. So I was going to put a top edge that was dark underneath the edge just here, but that will all run down, so I can't control it too well. So it's worth, you've got to plan out your moves a little bit. They're not complicated. Basically, if everything's going to run down and overwhelm things, then don't do it, unless that's the effect you want. Hi there, Sabine, welcome along. We're just doing some flowers. So again, try rolling this through. Oops, do apologise. I just kicked the not bucket, the thing, the stand again. Anyway, doesn't affect things. So now I can actually put my little roll of dark under. Soaring motion there from Miss Rigger. I think she's going into cabinet making. So we got all that on. Now, oh, tell you what, Dangerous Dave was looking at me in a sort of Dangerous Dave type of fashion, which was most unbecoming of a Dangerous Dave. So I thought I'll give him a little whirl. Bit of water underneath. Touch some of that. Bit of that. Bit of that. Bit of turquoise again. I just like the word turquoise. Oops, it's got something else in it. We'll see if you can see. Yep, you're all in screen. Sorry, guys. I was thinking you weren't. Intian red. And then let's go for a shadow. Ooh, nice. Alizarin and, would you believe it, cerulean blue. Hi there, Sadie. Welcome along from Vegas. Hope you're doing well. So this is light, medium, dark. That's really the way it's going. Bit of dark over there. So that's just, ooh, it's got a going on. It's just blasting away. Remember, all of these little white bits are possibilities. Yeah? A little bit of blue. A little bit of blue. I've gone crazy. So I might just put a plonk, proper word, a plonk of that in there. And a bit there. So quite a strong tone, but it just gives it a bit of, you know what I mean? A bit of. So these are all technical watercolor words, guys. So I think I'll just put a little bit of water. Let's go about there. Doof, doof, doof. Not all the way along. The viewer's eye will pick it up. Not their eye, but they'll pick up that that's water. Miss Riggs. Tad on there. All very, very lovely. Oomph. Good word, Anna. Good word. I'm liking it. Give it some oomph. Final bit of oomph. That I could easily leave it there because my tea is ready. But I just want to, you know how it gets you. You think, oh, I'll just try this. I don't know. I'll just try this. I'll just try this. Let's have a little look. So I'm just bringing that forward a bit. So it sends it in one direction. Again, sends it this way. It's just telling it which way to go. Now that'll do. That'll do. Let's have a look. One little bit. He says as he makes it into two. A little bit of water. You need to unpack your paints then, Maurice, and then you can have a go. There we go. That'll do. Right. So I'm just putting a couple of dark little bits in the centers of a couple of these, so they're not all the same. And just one little thing under there. I just want to anchor this bit down a little bit more. Yeah. Oh, did you see Miss Rigger? She thought she was at a dance. Big Brian. You're needed on the dance floor. And again, now this centre bit's dry, you can just whiz a few little bits in. Yep. Jolly G. Jolly G. So, it's well worth watching the tutorial broadcast back, because if you refer to how we start and it's all higgledy-piggledy. Where's it all going? But it's a matter of getting the stuff on and then developing it as you go. So that really is the essence of it. It's if you go too early, if you're too set in your ideas of how you want to see it move on, you'll be struggling. You'll find it a little bit of headache will appear. But if you sit back, get the stuff on, sit back, and then go with the offerings that are available. So there's me tinkering. So a little slap on the back of the hand, or tap, a light tap. Let's go for a light tap. But it's so easy to start saying, oh yeah, just do a bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more. No, I do it all the time. A few little dots now, you know, those little beads in the center of the poppies. Don't you worry, Anna. There's plenty more paper in the packet. The good thing is you're doing it. Too much theory clogs the vision a bit. You're better to do and learn from doing than spending hours mulling over the intricacies. A few little bits. Voila. I think we're there, guys. I'm reasonably comfortable with that one. So, got all that on. I'm in classic red. Why don't we do one of these? So do sign your work, guys. Be very proud of everything you do, because A, you get something out of it, B, other people get the joy of it as well. So it's a great thing to share and to thoroughly immerse yourself in. So remember the scamp, guys. There it was, that little shape we started off with. Moose there was hands-on with that. He was a good fella, he's a good guy. So we did that, then we transfer it over. So anything we learn in the scamp, we're not actually putting that down to one side. We are feeling the shapes. Then we're transposing it over, which means we're just drawing it again, but we're doing it again. But anything we've learned from that, we put into the drawing next time. And then anything we've learned from the drawing and the scamp, we think again. So we've had 2 good run-throughs before we've done anything. And then we're plonking the stuff down. Get your big brush. If you've not got a big brush, get a big brush. Remember, that little tip on the end can be a problem. Yeah? So my Big Brian has got a round end. So all my Big Brians have got a round end. It helps a lot. If the tip of your brush is pointed, that's the shape you'll get every time. Big brush, get the stuff on, throw it on, light to dark, let it bleed. Prior to that, bit of water, and then you're off. And then it'll start offering you opportunities that you'll pick up, and you only have to pick on one painting, just pick up one opportunity. Next time, maybe try for two. You don't have to do it all in one go. The joy is in the journey, guys. The joy is in the journey. So if we could all do fabulous paintings within a day, what is there to learn? What is there to get involved in? So don't think of the process as arduous. Think of it as a challenge and exciting and fun. That's how I look at it. Anyway, enough of my ramblings on, guys. You've been a joy as ever. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate your support, and all the folks on the website and on Facebook and wherever it may be. The fabulous work kicking about, and you're supportive of each other, which is a fabulous thing, and that's how we want it to be, because it helps everyone. It makes you feel good. It's all about feeling good. So brilliant on there, guys. I've got two new videos on, I think, tutorials on the website. One today. I'll have two new ones tomorrow. The first Christmas one will be on tomorrow. So you can, if you're not started your Christmas cards, have a look at the ones we're putting on, and you can get your Christmas cards all ready to rumble. What else have we got? Yes, I've got new dates for next year's workshops, week workshops in sunny Wales. So again, they're on the website, but they are April the 25th to the 2nd of May. So that's for a week at Little Hens Fern. And again, the contact details are just on the website. And also there's one in September for a week from 22nd to the 29th. So I'll be visiting there twice. I'm looking into European workshops, and I'm still looking at the American idea as well. So I've certainly not concluded my thoughts on that yet, but if I can get everything together, I'll pop over maybe to New York or Boston, and we'll see somewhere else around, maybe Midwest as well. So, okay, guys, have a fantastic week. I hope the plague disappears soon, Vicky. It's a nasty ailment, but you're doing well. So it was great to see you, and great to see all of you guys again. So from now, signing off. Have a fab night and take care. See you very, very soon. Goodbye.